Tonight on TBN, Masters seniors Ryan Israel and Ellanna Swope have been tasked with directing 2 plays, Understaffed, an alumni-written comedy, and Xingu, a sketch comedy. TBN's Maya Phillips covers the dual efforts of both premier directors. Underneath the stage, renovations to Masters Hall have claimed the Phoenix Bloom bricks, decorated yearly by senior graduates. TBN's Carlos Heredia hears from alumni and students who had hoped to leave their mark on the room's walls. All this and more, next. Good evening and welcome to Tower Broadcast News. I'm your host, Lays.
And I'm Hannah Schijano, and we're recapping and following the latest news.
After this show, I'll be bidding TBN farewell. I'll forever be thankful for my time on this amazing show. Now, on to the news. Maylee Sokol, a master's freshman, will be participating in an ice skating charity event tomorrow, which will raise money for a local animal shelter.
Freshman Maylee Sokol will be participating in a Disney-themed ice skating charity event on Saturday, April 30th, which will raise money for her local animal shelter. Sokol has been skating since she was 4 years old, and her coach Jacqueline Sullivan has been working with her for 8 years.
We haven't had an ice show in 3 years because of COVID, so this year we finally have one again.
Sullivan commented on seeing Sokol's progress over the years and her hopes for the next season.
You know, that's one thing as a coach when you start with them so young. Maylee was about 7 years old when we started together, and just to see her go from basic skills through our high freestyle program now, you know, jumping, spinning, doing all the uncaptured moves, it's great to see, and I'm happy to be a part of it. This is our first big, not competition, but show back, and we're hoping that next season competition will return to.
The thing I enjoy most about ice skating is choreography, because you really get to express yourself in a way.
Sokol said that she attributes her success in the ring to her coach and looks forward to continuing to work on her skating skills for upcoming events. Ali Pagano, TBN, E.G. Murray Memorial Skating Park.
What a great cause, a true power for good. We here at TBN are wishing you the best, Maylee. The Phoenix Room has been a staple of the Masters Performing Arts community since its inception. However, renovations are going to wipe the slate clean, including the Phoenix bricks, decorated by graduated Masters students. Carlos Heredia has the story.
If you've ever been involved in theater, you've probably seen the Phoenix bricks. Located in the Claudia Botcher Theater down in Main Stage headquarters, they've been around for over a decade as an homage to graduating seniors involved in Phoenix and the tech team.
Phoenix has been around a very long time, from the early days of the school, and the brick tradition is at least older than my time here, and I'm in my 19th year.
However, for routine maintenance purposes, HQ will eventually get a fresh paint job, and the bricks will be painted over. This will happen sometime in the undecided future, after the green room's renovations are completed. Alumni Ashley Campbell and Julia Schmidt share their experience with the Phoenix Room and their bricks.
You give up hours of free time to be in theater for rehearsals and dress rehearsals and tech rehearsals and just all the time you spend there. And then to graduate, it feels like you do leave a part of yourself in the theater. And I think that having your brick kind of marks that experience. And it was kind of nice knowing that part of me was still there in some way. Having that brick was a special way of leaving a mark.
I remember always, so we would have our Phoenix meetings on Thursday afternoons, and we'd be in the Phoenix Room and and I would always see the bricks. And I remember even as a freshman being like, okay, I want my brick to look cool. I want people to see it. I would see the bricks of the people who graduated before me who I knew, and it would be nice to remember them. So I definitely have fond memories of being in the room, and the bricks were always a big part of the room, even if they weren't sort of as covering the walls as they probably are now.
While painting over the Phoenix bricks can be seen as bittersweet, current Phoenix president Ellanna Swope embraces the new change and sees it as a new beginning.
I think that having a space dedicated to the company at large instead of just specific constituents of it is probably time for that. And a little change never killed anyone. Change can be very healthy. And I think in this instance, if the company comes together and can decide on what we want this space to be, then it really will feel like a company space that everybody owns a little piece of. instead of just Claire Fink owning a brick. It will instead become a legacy, a whole company legacy, so that as the company shifts and changes as people graduate and enter school here, it will become something that can have stories added to it and created in it.
So one of the things we're planning to do is capture and digitize all of the Phoenix senior bricks that are in there so that they can be preserved online so that alums have access to see their senior bricks. We really need to be able to paint in there because it's been a little dingy. And so before we do that, though, we're going to capture all of the existing traditional bricks that are in there on film.
Carlos Heredia, TBN, the Master's School.
The bricks will be sorely missed, but the renovations to the Phoenix Room look promising. And now, Maya Barancevic and Giselle Sestaro cover the return of the Masters Boy Volleyball team to competition.
After 2 years of COVID, boys volleyball is back in full swing. During their 2022 spring volleyball season, they have grown as a team, during both their triumphs and their losses.
We're learning as a team. This is our first year back into it, first year with games after COVID.
As of April 18th, the boys have had 4 games with 1 win and 3 losses.
The first season, it's a restart, so we're ready and the coaches are ready, and we want to be prepared to win everything, to win nationals and go to California.
I've been at Masters for 3 years now, and this is my first year playing volleyball. The reason why I joined volleyball probably has to be because how much I love the sport. I remember I picked up a volleyball last year, and I just touched it and I fell in love with it.
Practices vary, but a majority of the time they consist of working on the fundamentals of volleyball, which includes serving, passing, and hitting.
I feel like the practices are really fun. They're fun, but we get a lot done. There's a lot of skills that we work on, a lot of hard work, a lot of passing drills, serving drills, and we always scrimmage at the end, which is fun.
Everybody wants to come to practice. Nobody hates going to volleyball practice.
Through many hard practices and strong team efforts, Coach Betty, Coach Jansen, and Coach Maharjan have led their team by always supporting their players when needed.
We help each other, we uplift each other, we bring each other up. If someone fails, it's not just that one person, it's the whole team. And if one person succeeds, the whole team succeeds.
Giselle Sestaro
and Maya Barancevic, TBN, the Master's School.
It's so nice to see that the team atmosphere is so positive. It really seems like the boys volleyball team has been growing year after year. Next up, TBN's Maya Phillips interviews 2 student directors, Ryan Israel and Ellanna Swope, about their upcoming spring plays. Take a look.
Twice a year in the fall and spring, Masters Main Stage rehearses and performs a faculty-directed play for the community to enjoy. An estimated 20 to 30 students typically sign up to act in the play, allowing for one big production. However, with an overwhelming 57 student signups to act in the spring play, Main Stage had to adapt to allow all students to be able to participate in theater this spring. The solution? Student-directed plays. This season, seniors Ryan Israel and Ellanna Swope are each individually directing a play apart from the faculty-directed A Midsummer's Night's Dream. They each have their own cast to work with, scripts to analyze, and sets to manage. Swope, who has worked as a performer, composer, stage manager, and technician for Main Stage before, is excited to direct for the first time. She's been directing Xingu, a play based on Edith Wharton's short story written in 1916. The play follows a group of high society women who come together for their lunch club.
Xingu is a hilarious sketch about ladies who come together and lunch, and they think that they are a whole lot smarter than they actually are. So it ends up being a series of mishaps and cover-ups and social faux pas that just kind of get thrown around. My experience thus far directing has been amazing. I have the best cast. I couldn't have asked for a better cast. We're an all-girl cast and all-female direction. My stage manager, Kathy Christie, is also part of the gang.
Understaffed, a play written by alumni Tucker Smith, will be directed by Ryan Israel. Israel, who has worked as a performer and technician for Main Stage, is also excited to direct for the first time.
I've been doing theater always. It's just kind of, I've always done it. And then student directing here at least was a thing that doesn't exist anymore. The Phoenix Presents my sophomore year happened. And I was like, oh, we can student direct. And also obviously spring shorts was a thing then. And then, you know, Phoenix Presents stopped being a thing, spring shorts stopped being a thing. And so I, when we had too many people for spring play, I was like, oh, see, can I direct a show? She was like, yes. So, understand. It's a unique experience. You know, I've been on the other side I've been on I've been acting, I've done multiple parts of tech, and now I get to do the thing I haven't done yet, which is directing.
Sophomore Chanel Neo and junior Zara Zhang discussed their experience participating in both student-directed plays this spring season.
I think it's cool that we get to learn from each other rather than it being a teacher-student relationship where it's like they have all the knowledge and they're giving it to you. We get to really build off of each other more.
And like from my experience being in both of the groups, I feel like there's also a lot of varieties between the directors. Not just between like teacher and student, but also like between student and student, just like between person. Like different people have different aspects for plays or like for how to direct a play. So that would be like a lot of experience to gain.
I hope everybody comes. It's gonna be really good.
The one-act student-directed plays will be performed on May 5th, 6th, and 7th in the Experimental Theater. Maya Phillips, TBN, The Master's School.
And that's all we had time for here tonight on Tower Broadcast News. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to subscribe to Tower Broadcast News on YouTube and follow @MastersTower on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Hannah Skijana.
And I'm Lays. And from all of us here at Tower Broadcast News, thank you and have a great day.